It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Stanley Law Offices, Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, and our great friends over at RV Source of Central New York. Buy, sell, rent, store, and you can work on your roofing and all the rest with RV Source of Central New York, the official RV center of the Platter. 4 teams, we are here. College football playoff Final Four, Texas, Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl, and Penn State, Notre Dame in the Orange. And if I had to pick one team that's been the most impressive getting here, it's kind of hard. You're splitting hairs between Ohio State and Notre Dame. I'd probably go with Notre Dame at the top, but mentioning Ohio State, think about it. They beat Tennessee, a championship contender way in the beginning of the year, and a championship contender in Oregon throughout the year. They went undefeated going into the playoff. I thought they got boned in terms of their bracket. They should have been down with an easier draw than up top, dealing with, obviously, Ohio State after the bye. But hey, Oregon probably gets everything that they can handle from a Notre Dame, even if they're at the bottom. But Oregon, I think, was a better team than Georgia, and I thought they deserved better, and they were a 1 seed. Hello. So a tougher draw there for Oregon. But Ohio State, as a quick mention on them, they have an explosive offense. Will Howard playing the best football of his probably career right now. Jeremiah Smith is just unguardable. He goes out on the X. He goes out in the slot. You can play a reverse with him. He could play running back in the NFL for all we know. But they've beaten both their opponents, Tennessee and Oregon, by a minimum of 20 points in each game. But Notre Dame's a team that's been most impressive to me. I know they had the home game against Indiana, home game. But the defense, the tone setting, the tempo. Remember, this is a team that lost months ago to Northern Illinois at home. And since then, Marcus Freeman has just had everybody buying into, hey, this has happened. We've done it before, and we can rebound, and we can be a great team. Well, fast forward to this, and they're in the college football playoff. Then they beat Georgia and Kirby Smart. I know Gunnar Stockton's a backup quarterback and in there, but this is still Georgia. 4- and 5-star guys. Tons of players want to go there from the South. This is still a namesake, most recent peak of your power type program. I know they're down in a lot of spots, but it's still Georgia. Notre Dame, again, tempo, pace, controlling line of scrimmage, especially defensively. And then they strike. They get big plays. They get momentum, back into the first half, early second, the punt return, all these different things that happen. Notre Dame getting here in this fashion and controlling games the way they do. They don't have an electric, unbelievable first-round quarterback talent. They don't have a high-flying wide receiver. They win their own way. They almost remind me of the Steelers or another team in the NFL. This is a team that will bludgeon you, but yet they will strike for the big play. And they'll look pretty damn good doing it. And I got to tell you, the college football playoff, how excited are they? I mean, yeah, Georgia, big brand, namesake program. Oregon getting there would have been nice. But Texas, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, with these 4 brand clubs in there, I mean, I think if you had gone into this, the only other way that the college football playoff would have picked it is if you didn't have Texas, we're good with Clemson. But nobody other than Ohio State below that probably they wanted in there in terms of ratings and brand and fan bases and all that sort of thing. What about the bottom draw? I don't know if it can get better than Penn State, Notre Dame. If you pluck Notre Dame out, what do you say? And the only team you'd want in there is Georgia. But if you look at the history, you look at the fan bases, and you compare both Georgia and Notre Dame, I mean, probably a toss-up there in terms of what you have there, and maybe a lean Notre Dame because of the history. So this is just a tremendous big brand college football Final Four. I will say, though, I haven't been thrilled overall. I haven't hated it, but I haven't been overly nuts about the college football playoff. We've had multiple blowouts, double-digit wins. I mean, Ohio State blowing out Tennessee, blowing out Oregon. Penn State blew out SMU. Texas blew out Clemson. Notre Dame, it was only a 10-point win over Indiana, but it felt like a complete blowout. Penn State blew out Boise for the most part. So we've had a lot of blowouts, and, we've had Georgia, a team that's been a trademark team for the last several years, missing their starting quarterback. So I haven't, again, been wild about this. I haven't hated it. I haven't watched tons of it, but I also haven't watched zero of it. It is what it is. I kind of land right in the middle. I do think that 12 teams is a little much, but they're going to get it in there. They're going to get more games and ratings, and it feels like we've been playing this damn thing forever as well. ML Sports Take here. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Welch & Company Jewelers. Was just over at Welch & Company. What a selection of jewelry they've got to kick off your 2025 campaign. They have unbelievable watches and rings and bracelets, and Valentine's Day is coming up very, very fast. So get your piece of jewelry for that sweetheart of yours over at Welch & Company Jewelers. Shop the showcase today at welchjewelers.com. We also thank Platinum Auto Sales of Central New York, Liverpool Physical Therapy, and partner friends Goalie Dads United, Nancy and Brian Miller, and the Swan and Whitaker families. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.